This is a worm farm composter from Garden Supply Company. And it's a cool little German design, very cool features, and it can be outdoors, within eyesight, looking fine on a patio, in the backyard. I wouldn't keep it inside the house. Sometimes you get little flies to help with this composting process. So I keep mine in the garage so it doesn't get wet or freeze during the winter. Yeah. All right, we have Will and Alyssa's worms here.
Hi, this is Will and Alyssa. Today is Christmas Eve and it's been raining for 2 days straight. But we still have to take care of our worms. So we're gonna fluff, water, and feed them. Let's go!
They survived the motorcycle trip, and I'm gonna wet their bedding. Check it out. Alrighty, wetting the bedding. Now I need to get a shredder. They had an industrial shredder that shreds cardboard. Now they included some bedding as well. It should be just enough to squeeze out a couple drops. They eat this cardboard also. A little bit more. That's good. Let's add those cutie pies. This is half a pound from Will's Worms. What a deal. Look at that. Okay, you don't want to check them too often because they start mating and you don't want them to uncouple. You know what I mean?
Okay, great. So the first step is you fluff through the bedding lightly, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, and then you kind of level it out again. And then how do we wet it so it stays moist enough?
We use a pressurized sprayer because it's too tiring to use our hand spray.
I see. Okay, well, show me how it works. So you pump it. Okay, get some pressure in there, and then you just pull the trigger, right?
Yeah. And you will water for about 30 seconds, depending on how dry it is.
Okay, you water for maybe 30 seconds. All right. Okay, and then what are you going to feed them?
Worm chow. Feed them worm chow.
Okay, so you feed them worm chow. Where do you get this worm chow?
We don't get it. We make it.
Oh, you make it, and there's a recipe in one of your other videos, right?
I love
But
it.
basically, it's just like a powder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so show me how much you feed for a pound of worms.
So, since these guys are a pound.
Usually feed about once or twice a week, right?
Yep.
Show me how much you put. Go for the worm chow. Let's see it. You just sprinkle it on, kind of like Parmesan cheese. In fact, that's the container we use for the worm chow, right?
Yeah, we recycle it.
All right, good. So we put about this much worm chow on there.
Okay, now let's give them some food. All right, time to feed the worms a little gourmet kitchen scraps. Let's go. Organic kitchen scraps. Brown paper. Okay, we're gonna set them up in their new condo. All right, I have my little organ pyramid that my son made. We made it together. That goes on top of the worms. As you can see, that's soil and fertility. Okay, I am also adding special water to this. This is more alkaline water. And when the worms, let's check them out. I saw some movement. You don't want to move the soil too much because you'll hurt them. I just moved a worm. But you do want to check how moist it is. This is pretty moist. I might add a little bit. We have some fly friends. They're working on the food in there. They're looking good. Okay. Here comes the worm tea. We're going to do that till we empty it. I emptied it last week, so there should just be one of them. I saved some worm tea from my last batch because my new batch isn't making some yet. And it just takes about a teaspoon to a tablespoon of worm tea per gallon of water, depending on what you're watering and what likes to be fed. So let's feed Togo, our little miniature orange tree. He loves this stuff. All right, let's get him good and watered, fed. So happy, love this little guy so much. All right, see this little guy? This part of the trunk of the tree was pretty dead, like the top part, but it came back. So don't give up hope on your little guys if they just look pretty pathetic. Just stick with it. Get some worms, guys, and feed your little plants. When your plants are healthy and fed, they're not susceptible to pests. You'll see that bugs don't like to eat them when they're really super healthy. All right, let's see if we get some oranges to stick. Hello, Togo.